If you're struggling with binge eating, you usually think, once I finally control myself around food, I'll be able to lose weight. I know, because I thought the same exact thing. But today I want to explain why feeling out of control around food is often caused by the exact strategy you're using to fix it, which is trying to control food harder. In this video, I will be giving you two main mistakes people make when they feel out of control with food, and what are the things to do to fix it. First, let me clarify something very important, that there are situations when controlling food is normal. It is very healthy behavior and practice. Very common example will be allergies. If you're allergic to something like peanuts, for example, if you have any type of medical condition which is restricting specific type of food, that is normal control around food. The big difference with that type of control behavior around food is that you don't feel guilty and ashamed, and the food doesn't become main focus of your life in that scenarios. If there's type of food which harm you, you have to avoid it. You need to stay safe. You need to stay alive. That's not what I mean. When I'm talking about control around food and losing control around food, what I mean is the reasons why you're trying to do that. I need to lose weight. I can't allow myself to binge. I have to be perfect. I need the rules or otherwise I will spiral. This is the type of control which creates the pressure, and pressure always creates the rebound. So, mistake number one is the following. You are trying to control the food for wrong reasons. For weight loss, for not binging, to be perfect, etc. Not because you want to feel healthy or energized, but because you're trying to stop emotion, anxiety, insecurity, or force weight loss through strictness. And what happens is the whole day becomes mentally about food management. Even if you're not eating, you're thinking about eating. You're negotiating, you're tracking, judging, planning, compensating. You're doing everything around food. Your whole day is structured around food, and food becomes loud. It becomes center of your life. That's what we call a food noise. The more you try to control food through fear, the louder it gets. Then you will eventually hit a moment where you are so tired, so stressed and overwhelmed that whatever the trigger is, basically, you don't have enough mental energy left to keep the control going. And this is when out of control moment happens, not because you're weak, but because your strategy is very exhausting and it always backfires. Which leads me to mistake number two. You are having rigid rules around food that's creating a scarcity. Very good example of those type of rules are, I'm not allowed to have sugar for next 30 days. I'm only gonna eat once a day. I am gonna fast because I wanna lose weight. I'm not gonna eat carbs. There are a bunch of different ways you do that, bunch of different things you are allowing yourself to do or not to do. Like one of my clients is not allowing herself to eat bread in the evening. It's not helping her to lose weight. It's not helping her to recover from binge eating. Only thing it does, it gives her overwhelm, and the overwhelm makes her want food more, which creates this perfect binge restrictive cycle. So what I'm trying to say, I know I took my time, but what I'm trying to say is that the problems is the rigid rules around food. They are disconnecting you from your physical body. If your body needs a fuel and rules are saying no, your body learns that food is not reliably available. So the scarcity comes in. And when food is not available all the time, your brain and your body learns that if I will get the chance to have this food, I will have it as much as I can because I don't know when will be the next time it is available. And since our brain is designed to survival, we are creating the urgency around food. We are creating the scarcity around food. And most difficult part about this is that it's happening without you consciously realizing it, without you seeing how the process goes. It's all in our brain. So when you finally eat, it doesn't feel calm. It feels like, I need this food right now. And the worst thing that is happening is you end up with a binge episode. And it comes with a very specific feeling. I'm telling myself to stop, and I still can't. And after the binge, what ends up happening is that you're feeling guilty, you're feeling shameful, you're feeling disappointed in yourself, and guilt and shame makes you want to fix it by adding more rules from tomorrow. And that is a cycle. I know I'm giving you all the things you're doing wrong. Now let me give you the things to do instead that will help you throughout this process. First thing is to stop trying to control food through fear and restriction, and start getting control by removing scarcity and reducing intensity. You can do that by two very simple moves. First, stop arriving at the danger zone depleted. If you're under eating all day and then you're trying to feel calm and relax and don't binge at night, it's not gonna happen. You're setting yourself up for the perfect binge episode. And I know I used the word perfect wrong here, because binge episodes are anything but perfect, but it's a perfect setting. What I meant is that it's a perfect setting for the binge episode to happen. If you're gonna eat consistently throughout the day, your body is not gonna feel deprived. One of the major issues with people who are trying to lose weight and recover from binge eating is that they are actually starving all day, and then they have one eating time frame and they're gonna end up with binges. The second thing is to have an urge plan that isn't just don't do it. When your urge hits, when the cravings hit, your job is to lower the intensity before you make a decision. Very simple script for it is, I'm allowed to eat it, I'm not in trouble, everything is fine. If I decide that I want it, I will go ahead and have this food, but I'm gonna take a pause for 10 minutes first. Do something else for 10 minutes. That's what I used to do. I had this whole list of things I could do in next 10 minutes that would not require anything from me. I mean that I could call a friend, I can go on a walk, I can journal, things like that, which don't require anything additional for me. I can do it anywhere, anytime, and it distracts you from food. You are regulating your emotion by that tool, maybe unintentionally, but still it has this effect. And you are forgetting about food. Basically, what you're doing is you are interrupting autopilot. Why I'm telling you to interrupt the autopilot is that you don't win binge eating by controlling harder. That was the thing I had to let go, because I thought that with more control, I will be able to control my binge eating, recover from it, and lose weight, and everything will be okay. But challenging the conditions that cause urgency, which is like restriction, fear, rigid rules, that's what actually helped me recover from binge eating and lose weight. Because the bigger restriction you're creating, the bigger the binge episode will be. And I'm sure you experienced that too. But if binge eating is the main problem, the smartest focus is reducing binge episodes and food noise first before you're gonna try the weight loss. If weight loss is your goal, I understand how challenging it will be to not restrict something or not have rules around food. I get it. But very sad, or maybe not so sad truth, it was a very sad truth for me, that's why I'm saying it. If you're struggling with binge eating, you will be able to lose weight without addressing your binges. I've seen people done that, but food noise will not disappear. Your episodes will not disappear. You're having food at the center of your life will not disappear. You will feel better, that's for sure. You will feel prettier, you will feel more confident, because those are all the things that come with the weight loss. But one big issue is that most likely you will gain it back, because that's the cycle we've all been through. When you lose weight, then you binge, you gain the weight back. And if you want the help with this, I help women reduce binge eating episodes and food noise in just 90 days without any restriction. And very good addition to that is that you're losing weight without intentionally trying to. If you want help with this, join my free Skool community. There I do 15-minute audits where we will go through all the binge patterns you might have, and I will give you tools how to fix them, which will help you with the recovery and the weight loss process if that is your goal. That's all I had for you today. You can join my community from the link below, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Bye.